My ex-wife had me jailed for child support until the judge read the DNA test out loud. What he said made everyone gasp and wiped the smile off her face. I want a divorce. That's the first thing Emily said when I walked through the door after work. Tuesday evening, 6:47 p.m. I remember the exact time because I checked my watch, thinking maybe I'd misheard, maybe I was late, maybe that's why she was upset. No warning, no conversation, no, we need to talk, or can we sit down? Just those 4 words delivered like she was ordering coffee. Flat, final, done. We'd been married 5 years, had a 4-year-old daughter, Lucy, a house in the suburbs with a mortgage we could barely afford, 2 cars, both with payments, a life I thought was normal, maybe not perfect, but good, stable, the kind of life people build. I thought we were just going through a rough patch, new parents stress, work stress, money stress, the kind of thing every couple deals with, the kind of thing you work through. She was already done, had been for months apparently, maybe longer, maybe since the beginning. I stood there in the hallway, briefcase in hand, tie loosened, completely blindsided. What? Em, where is this coming from? I'm not happy. I haven't been happy. I need to do what's right for me, for Lucy. Can we talk about this? Go to counseling, work on... No, I've already filed. You'll get the papers tomorrow. That's when I knew. She'd planned this. Hired a lawyer, filed paperwork. All while I thought we were fine. All while I was working 60-hour weeks to pay for the house she wanted, the car she wanted, the life she wanted. Emily wanted everything. The house, the car, full custody, and maximum child support calculated to the penny, even though I was already paying for everything. Mortgage, utilities, groceries, her car payment, her phone, her gym membership, her everything. It's normal, my lawyer said when I showed him her demands. Robert Mitchell, 52-year-old guy, gray hair, expensive suit, seen everything in 30 years of family law. Ex-wives go after as much as they can. It's emotional, it's financial, it's revenge. We'll negotiate down. That's what we do. But it didn't feel normal. It felt like betrayal, like she was punishing me for something I didn't understand, for working too much, for not working enough, for being there, for not being there, for existing. She wanted to limit my time with Lucy too. Every other weekend instead of the every weekend arrangement we'd verbally agreed on during the separation. That's my daughter, I told Robert. I'm not giving up my weekends. Then we fight. We fought hard. Spent $8,000 I didn't have on legal fees. Went to mediation 3 times, court twice. Barely won the right to keep my weekends with my daughter. Saturday morning through Sunday evening. 48 hours a week. Not enough. Never enough. But better than nothing. Balancing work and weekend custody destroyed me slowly, like bleeding out from 1,000 small cuts. I had Lucy every Saturday and Sunday. Had to plan everything around those 48 hours. Couldn't travel for work anymore. Couldn't work overtime when projects demanded it. Couldn't stay late for client meetings. Couldn't be flexible. My boss started making comments during our one-on-ones. Small comments that grew sharper over time. You seem distracted lately. Your performance is slipping. The team needs people who can be flexible, adaptable. We need people who can put in the hours when it matters. I tried to explain, tried to be transparent. I have my daughter every weekend. I'm doing the best I can. My work is still good. It used to be great. Now it's just good. We need great, James. 2 months after the divorce finalized, they let me go. Called me into HR on a Thursday morning. 15 years with the company. Senior project manager. Good reviews every single year. Employee of the quarter twice. Led successful projects worth millions. Gone. Budget cuts, they said. Handed me a severance package. 2 weeks. That's what 15 years got me. 2 weeks. But I knew. I knew it was the custody schedule, the inflexibility, the divided focus, the fact that I wasn't one of the guys anymore, wasn't available for after-work drinks, wasn't available for weekend planning sessions, wasn't available. I scrambled to find another job, updated my resume, reached out to my network, sent out 200 applications in 6 weeks, tailored cover letters, followed up, did everything right, got 3 interviews, all went well, great conversations, good chemistry. We'll be in touch soon. No offers. Overqualified. Not the right fit for our culture. We've decided to go in a different direction. We'll keep your resume on file for future opportunities. My savings drained. Watching it happen in real time. $15,000, then $10,000, then $5,000, then $2,000, then nothing. I missed 2 child support payments, $1,800 each, $3,600 total. Emily called screaming, voice shrill, furious, righteous. Where's the money? It's 3 days late. 3 days. I lost my job, Em. I'm looking for work. I'm trying. I'll pay as soon as I can. I don't care about your situation. I don't care about your excuses. I don't care about your problems. I care that the money's not in my account. Lucy needs things. She needs food. She needs clothes. She needs... I'll pay as soon as I get... You'll pay now. This is unacceptable. You're a deadbeat. You don't care about your daughter. She hung up. I tried calling back. Straight to voicemail. Texted her. Please, I'm not trying to avoid this. I just need time. No response. 3 days later, Friday morning, police knocked on my apartment door at 6 a.m. Loud pounding. Official. Aggressive. I was still asleep. still in my boxers and a t-shirt, stumbled to the door, confused, disoriented. James Thompson? Yes? You're under arrest for unpaid child support. What? I just need— Turn around, hands behind your back. Handcuffs, cold metal biting into my wrists. Reading of rights, words I'd heard on TV but never thought would apply to me. Orange jumpsuit, county jail, holding cell with 12 other men, concrete bench, fluorescent lights buzzing, the smell of sweat and desperation and industrial cleaner. Because it was Friday morning, because the system moves slowly, I wouldn't see a judge until Monday. 3 full days in county jail for being $3,600 behind. 3 days of sleeping on concrete, eating food from metal trays, using toilets with no doors, being treated like a criminal, like trash, like nothing. Monday came. I stood before Judge Martinez, gray hair, hard eyes, weathered face, seen 1,000 men like me, probably sent most of them away. Emily was there, sitting in the front row of the gallery, arms crossed, satisfied smile on her face, designer purse, perfect hair, perfect makeup. She'd gotten what she wanted, me suffering, me paying, me punished. Mr. Thompson, the judge said, reading from a file, not even looking at me. You failed to pay court-ordered child support for 2 consecutive months. That's $3,600 in arrears. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Your Honor, I lost my job 8 weeks ago. I've been actively searching for employment, sent out over 200 applications. I've been trying. Employment status doesn't suspend your legal obligations to your child. I understand that, but I physically don't have 5 months in county detention. Maybe that will teach you to prioritize your daughter's needs over your excuses. 5 months, 150 days, for being broke, for losing my job, for falling behind through circumstances beyond my control. The bailiff took me back. Same orange jumpsuit, same cell block, same fluorescent lights, same desperation. My parents visited every week, Sunday afternoons, 1 hour, sitting across from me at a metal table with a guard watching. Brought money for commissary so I could buy soap and toothpaste and snacks. Brought news about the outside world. Brought photos of Lucy that Emily had posted on Facebook. My daughter was growing up without me. 4 years old, wouldn't even remember me when I got out. Then one visit, 28 days down. My dad leaned in close across the metal table, around to make sure the guard wasn't listening. There's something you need to know about Emily. Something I should have told you years ago. My voice flat surprised me anymore. She's been seeing someone. Guy named Cole. Has been for a while now. Actually dropped, like falling. How long is a while? Years, James, years. We've only been divorced 7 months. No, son. My dad's face was serious. Grave. Pained. She was seeing him before the divorce. Before you even separated. Maybe even before Lucy was born. I didn't want to believe it, hoped I was wrong. But I've seen them together. At restaurants, at the park with Lucy. They're not hiding it anymore. The words hung in the air between us. Heavy. World-changing. What are you saying? I'm saying you should get a paternity test when you get out. I'm saying Lucy might not be yours. I'm saying you need to know the truth. I couldn't sleep after that. Couldn't think straight. Lay on my bunk, staring at the concrete ceiling, counting the hours until dawn, counting everything because my mind wouldn't stop. Lucy had Emily's eyes. Brown, almond-shaped, beautiful. Her smile, wide, bright, infectious. But did she have my anything? My nose, my chin, my ears, my hands? My anything? Spent 4 years raising her, loving her, reading bedtime stories until my voice was hoarse, teaching her to ride a bike with training wheels in the driveway, fighting for weekend custody because I couldn't imagine life without those 48 hours. What if she wasn't even mine? What if every moment had been a lie? What if Emily had known? What if she'd trapped me deliberately? The thought made me physically sick. Threw up in the cell toilet at 3 a.m. while my cellmate yelled at me to shut up. Another visitor, Brandon, Emily's younger brother, always seemed uncomfortable around me at family gatherings, always avoided eye contact, always left early. Now I knew why. Tell you something, he said, sitting across from me. Wouldn't meet my eyes, staring at the table. I've been carrying this guilt for too long. Can't anymore, can't sleep, can't function. What guilt? Lucy might not be yours. Emily was with Cole when she got pregnant, summer 5 years ago. She was seeing both of you at the same time. She never knew for sure who the father was. Timing worked for both. She just chose you. Chose me? My voice hollow, empty, barely human. Stable job, the house, the career, the future. Cole was broke, some dive bar. No prospects, no ambition, no money. The better father on paper, the better provider. I'm sorry, man. Told you years ago, before the wedding. Before Lucy was born. Before everything. But she's my sister and I'm sorry. Process. Couldn't breathe. Brandon left after 10 minutes. Guard told him time was up. I went back to my cell. Lay on my bunk, stared at the ceiling, and started planning. The rest of my time in jail was different. I wasn't defeated anymore, wasn't just serving time, wasn't just surviving. I had a mission, had something to live for beyond just getting out. I read everything I could find in the jail library about paternity fraud, about family law, about legal remedies, took notes, made plans, prepared. When I got out, 3 months early for good behavior, for being a model prisoner, for not causing trouble. I went straight to a lawyer, different one this time. Not Robert. Someone tougher. Someone who specialized in paternity fraud cases. Someone with a reputation. Sarah Chen, 40 years old. Sharp, no nonsense, expensive suit, corner office, wall full of framed victories. And I want to sue for fraud if she's not mine. I want every dollar back, every moment back, everything. Sarah listened to my story, took notes, asked questions. We can do that. If the test comes back negative, if you're excluded as the father, we can sue for every dollar of child support you paid, plus emotional damages, plus legal fees, plus punitive damages. This is fraud, criminal fraud, one of the worst kinds because it involves a child. Courts take this seriously now. Finally, filed a motion for paternity testing, requested immediate DNA testing for all parties, subpoenaed Emily, subpoenaed Cole, subpoenaed medical records, small medical building, sterile smell, uncomfortable chairs, fluorescent lights. Emily was already there in the waiting room with Lucy. She looked furious, arms crossed, jaw tight, shooting daggers at me with her eyes, wearing designer jeans that probably cost $300 and a cashmere sweater that probably cost more than my rent. Lucy saw me and her face lit up like Christmas morning. She ran over, little legs pumping, her arms around my legs, squeezed tight. That hit me hard, like a physical blow to the chest, like being stabbed, thinking she was my daughter, raising her, loving her, fighting for her, sitting in jail because I couldn't pay to support her. Now I was about to find out if any of it was real. If any of it mattered. If any of it was true. Both of us, Nishan said. We'll mail them to both parties and to the court. Of my life. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't eat. Couldn't focus. Arrived on a Tuesday afternoon. Certified mail. Had to sign for it. Big manila envelope with official stamps. Hands. Sitting in my tiny apartment. Alone. Silent. Except for the sound of my breathing. Read the results 3 times to make sure I understood. To make sure I wasn't misreading. To make sure this was real. Test results. Child, Lucy Marie Thompson, James Robert Thompson. Probability of paternity, 0.0% excluded as biological father 0. Not mine, not my daughter, never was, never had been. I wasn't her father, biologically, legally, technically, actually. Just like that, 4 years of my life felt ripped away, every memory recontextualized, every moment tainted, every sacrifice meaningless. Every dollar wasted, every fight pointless, every moment in jail a complete fraud. Called Sarah immediately, hands still shaking. Not good, but good for the case. I'm sorry, James. I really am. But now we can destroy her. Legally, financially, criminally. This is one of the clearest cases of paternity fraud I've seen in 20 years of practice. She knew. Her brother's testimony proves she knew. We have everything we need. I want to sue. For everything, every dollar, every moment, every second I spent in that jail, everything. We will. I'm filing tomorrow. This is going to court. And when we're done, she'll wish she'd never done this to you. Court date arrived 6 weeks later. Room in a borrowed suit from my dad. Too big in the shoulders. Too long in the sleeves. Professional. Case full of evidence. More than ready. Emily was already seated at the defendant's table with her lawyer. Some guy in an expensive suit. Partner at a big firm. Probably costing her $500 an hour. She looked put together. Hair professionally styled. Makeup perfect. Designer dress. Pearl earrings. Playing the part of the respectable mother, the victim, the innocent party. But her eyes gave her away, kept darting to the door, to the judge's bench, to me, to the exit. She knew what was coming, knew this was over, knew she'd been caught. Martinez again. Same judge who'd sent me to jail 5 months ago. He remembered me. I could tell by the way he looked at me, by the way he reviewed the file. Emily went first. Her lawyer stood, expensive suit, slicked back hair, confident voice, presented her side, her story. Her lies, claimed she hadn't known who Lucy's father was, that she'd been confused about the timeline, that she'd honestly believed it was me, that the timing had made it impossible to know for certain, did in good faith, that she'd done her best, that she was just trying to provide for her daughter, tried to play the victim, the confused mother, the woman who'd made an honest mistake, the woman who deserved sympathy. Then Sarah stood up, precisely, with evidence, with facts, with witnesses, the written testimony from Brandon confirming Emily had known about Cole, that she'd deliberately chosen me as the father because I was more financially stable, that she'd admitted this to him before Lucy was even born. The paternity test results, submitted as Exhibit A, 0.0% probability, absolute exclusion, irrefutable science. The child support payment records, submitted as Exhibit B, $1,800 per month for 18 months, $32,400 total, Every payment documented, every date recorded, the jail records, submitted as Exhibit C, 5 months incarcerated, 150 days, for failure to pay child support, for a child that wasn't mine. And there's something else, Your Honor, Sarah said, her voice calm, professional, deadly. Cole Reynolds is Lucy's biological father and confirmed this through a separate paternity test filed last week. And she's been collecting child support from both of them simultaneously, has been paying $1,900 per month. Cole has been paying $1,200 per month separately. She's been receiving double payments, $3,000 per month for the same child, $1,000 over 18 months, from 2 different men, while knowing the entire time that Mr. Thompson was not the father. Courtroom erupted. Gasps, whispers, murmurs, people leaning forward, the gallery buzzing. Emily's face went white, actually white. Color draining completely, like a ghost. The judge looked at the paternity test results for a long moment, then at Emily, then at me, then at the jail records, then back at Emily. Expression hardened, transformed, became granite. Ms. Johnson, this is paternity fraud, a serious crime in this state. You knowingly allowed a man to believe he was the father of your child for 4 years. You accepted financial support under false pretenses. You had him incarcerated for being unable to continue payments for a child that wasn't biologically his. And you've been defrauding a second man simultaneously. Gara running, shoulders shaking. I made a mistake. I was confused. You thought you could get away with it. His voice cut like steel, like ice. Only will you repay all child support paid by Mr. Thompson, with interest calculated at 7% annually. But you will face criminal charges for fraud, perjury, and theft by deception. The bailiff looked back at Emily. 3 years in state prison. Bailiff, take her into custody immediately. The bailiff moved toward her table, handcuffs ready. Emily stood up fast, hysterical, screaming. This isn't fair. He should still pay. He raised her. He was her father for 4 years. That doesn't just disappear. He bonded with her. That matters. The judge banged his gavel. Hard. 3 sharp cracks. Committed fraud, Miss Johnson. You lied under oath multiple times. You accepted money under false pretenses from 2 different men, and now you'll face the consequences. Maybe 3 years will teach you what 5 months taught Mr. Thompson. Grabbed her arm. She fought, struggled, yanked away. No, you can't do this. I have a daughter. Who will take care of Lucy? It's her actual father, Mr. Reynolds, the man you've also been defrauding. Put handcuffs on her. She was sobbing now, screaming my name. James, tell them you want to be her father. Tell them you love her. As they led her away toward the side door, the door to the holding cells, the door to processing, the door to prison, she looked back at me one last time, the smile she'd worn for months, the smile she had when I got arrested, when I went to jail, when she cashed my checks, when she posted happy photos on Facebook, was completely gone, replaced by terror, by reality, by consequences, by the future she'd created. And for the first time in 18 months, I smiled back. Not a big smile, not cruel, just satisfied, just vindicated, just free. Behind her, room slowly emptied. Sarah packed up her briefcase. You're free, legally, financially, emotionally, free. Too much emotion. Courthouse, into the afternoon sun.